Hello, it's Heather with Murray's Home for Wayward Chickens, and I have another, unfortunately, an educational video, which means that one of my hens is sick. So I have tonight with me Raven. It's a little late. Raven's just chilling outside. Raven is potentially at the end stages of her life. She is one of our oldest, if not our oldest, she is one of my oldest, if not the oldest hen that I have. She was one of my very first rescues, along with OG. And so she's been, she's the one that got injured last January, where the rooster was too rough with her, and she had severe destruction to the cloacal region. So she was in the house with me, and she healed very quickly. She's been fine since. I had transferred her to the special needs coop to keep her out of the regular flock with the rooster, because they had an aggression with each other. But then the rooster got separated, and she moved herself. She relocated herself from special needs back to her regular flock about a month or two ago. That's where she wanted to be. She had some poop stuck to her butt the other day, so I took her in to wash it off, and the irony is it rinsed right off. Big chunk of poop, wasn't stuck. It smelled pretty bad, and it was like very, very dark and grainy, almost like dirt. Like when I rinsed her butt off in the sink, it was like dirt was rinsed off. And because it smelled, I looked it up, and she may have some digestive issues if some of her organs are going into the beginning stages of failure. There's a delay in her digestive system, and why it smelled so badly was where she's not digesting the food fast enough or passing it, and it's becoming fermented. So it's fermented poop, and they said it looks black. It could be a sign of internal bleeding. It's not. That's where you have to be careful with AI. AI will give you some really crazy shit. But because if it was digestive issues, a probiotic would help. But when I brought her back outside and put her down, I noticed that she had some swelling in her belly. It wasn't noticeable enough that I saw it or felt it when I was giving her a bath. But when I put her on the ground, she looked a little round underneath her vent between her legs. So I gave it like a gentle squeeze, and it felt like ascites. Ascites is water belly. And we've dealt with ascites with one other hen a long time ago, and for whatever reason, we were fortunate. We drained that one hen once or twice, and she never got it again. It's not the case with Raven. So I've been draining Raven's ascites, her water belly, every night. You have to be really careful. I'm going to show you how to do it. I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you can 1000% confirm that it is ascites. Because sometimes peritonitis, which is the egg-bound hen, where they internal egg laying, where they can build up a whole bunch of yolks inside, can have a similar appearance. They tend to walk a little like penguins when they have peritonitis. But it's also much firmer and harder when it's peritonitis. The biggest reason and the most important reason that you do not want to attempt to drain what you think is ascites or water belly, if it's not, is because if it is peritonitis and you insert a needle into the chicken's abdomen and pierce one of those egg yolks that they are bound with, you will release all of the poison and toxin that they are trying to wall off and keep separate. So all the bacteria and the infection from the peritonitis will be released into the chicken's body, and they will die within a day. And that's why you don't want to just, if you don't know, don't do it. Talk to a vet, talk to a chicken person. Additionally, Raven was a regular egg layer until the incident with the rooster. After she was done recuperating, I was surprised she was still laying all the time. We've had her I've had her for 5 or 6 years. She was still laying every day. After the injury with the rooster, she hadn't laid an egg since. The swelling got so bad from the morning until that night that I gave her an Epsom salt bath. It's soothing. And while she was in the warm bath, I was gently massaging the swollen belly to see if it was any more of that poop to help her pass it, but it wasn't the poop. But she hasn't had it since, and that's why I didn't drain her immediately, because I wanted to make sure I knew what it was. After it was confirmed that it was ascites, then I started the draining process. So I began draining her with, you have to use a larger gauge needle, because if it's too tight, like normally if I give a hen an injection, it's a tiny, tiny little gauge. But to pull fluid from her, it needs to be a larger gauge needle. Otherwise, you can't pull the fluid. So the only issue I have is the syringe attached to the larger gauge needle is very small. So I need to get a larger one. But for now, I'm going to show you how to do this. I've spoken to the vet. Initially, I was only removing 30 to 50 milliliters of fluid, because if you drain ascites too quickly, you can send a hen into shock, and the type of shock they don't come out of, they die. Because if you pull too much fluid at one point, especially if it's due to organ issues, the heart rate drops very quickly due to that fluid loss, and the body doesn't have time to adjust. So it has to be done very slowly in stages. The worst part about this with Raven is that she's producing as much fluid each day as I'm taking out at night. So I'm not gaining any footing on this. I'm maintaining it, which I've looked up, has been told it's kind of like palliative care, and that pains me. But I did get in touch with the vet for a second time, and she's going to write a prescription in for a heart medication. And if that doesn't work, she has one. It could be liver, it could be kidneys. It's usually heart or liver. So I do have her. She has a needle sticking out of her butt right now, and I wouldn't let her run around, except it's nighttime and everyone's in the coop. And so in order to not poke her more than 1 or 2 times, the syringes can disengage from the actual needle itself. They just twist on and twist off. So what I do is I hold the needle, the plastic, not the metal part, the plastic that holds the metal. Keep that between my fingers really tight so it doesn't shift and move around in her. And I can turn this and lock it on, draw, unlock it, squirt it out, and do it again. Because she's so receptive to this, and she takes it really well, if you have an otherwise normal healthy hen, you can actually withdraw between 50 and 100 milliliters at a time. We did 30 to 50 the first time because we didn't know what kind of condition she was in. Other than that, her comb is bright red. It's a little floppy, but it's still bright red. She has a voracious appetite. She's energetic. I tried to keep her in the house, and when I opened the door this morning, she ran out. She wanted to be with the flock. She's otherwise normal. One of the issues she's having is because her belly got so big, she couldn't fly up or jump up to get on the perch. So she's been nesting on the floor at night. Tonight, she was standing. I took 90 milliliters out of her last night. And now tonight, she's back to not being able to get on the perch or to lay down. She was standing. So let me get her. She's dripping right now, and it will continue to drip. But I'm going to extract and withdraw some more and show you how it's done. I don't know what I did with my phone stand, so please be patient with me. I'll do the best I can to show you how to do it. Sometimes ascites can also be a digestive issue, and if it is, yogurt or probiotics or both in their food can be helpful. I don't know that that's the case with this one, but I'm going to show you where she's dripping and where the needle is. You want to make sure that you only put the needle in a little bit. You don't want to put it too far because you can hit an organ or anything else that you're not supposed to and start withdrawing anything other than ascites fluid. You'll know immediately if it's wrong because ascites fluid is like a bright fluorescent yellow. See how bright yellow that is? And I'll show you when I withdraw it. I'm going to try to get the phone set up any way that I can to show you what I'm doing. I'm just shooting it out the door because it's just me by myself. And I don't know what else I'm supposed to do with it. You have to do it slowly and carefully because you don't want to hurt her. Okay. Oh. Come on. Got it. Okay. Sorry, Raven. That's 2. Okay. The needle went in a little further, so I'm pulling it back out. I want to make sure this is tight. So withdraw. And then, loosen. Got it. I may have to re-inject her because this site just isn't working anymore. It's been in there. You're supposed to do this slowly over 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour. And then just let the air get this. It will continue to drip. And my understanding is it's better to let it drip naturally than to try to withdraw it. So if it still drips for a while, it's okay because it happens slowly. So this is the size of the needle. It's going to be a very gentle, small poke. Good girl. Then withdraw. Oh, there we go. There we go. Spin that off. And because this is only 3 milliliters, I've been doing 10 of these at a time, giving her a break in between and letting it naturally drip. So that I did 30 of them yesterday, which is 90. So you know, I need to get a bigger gauge, not needle, but I need a bigger syringe. That's fine. You okay? Good girl. You're 6. Ooh. 7. 8. And you can actually see the immediate, 9, the immediate relief she gets, because she goes from not being able to walk very well and not being able to move around as well to being able to run around, play. Oops, no, this one's not attached right. Hang on. Let me redo this. Sorry, baby. Is it too far? You got it? Yeah. All right. That's the last one I'm going to do. I did 10 a little while ago, and I let her run around for like 15 to 20 minutes. And I'll show you the bloating. So see how big her butt is? I'm going to let that drip for a little while longer. So this is her swollen area, but the good thing is it's jiggly right now, which means I've relieved the pressure. It was much firmer earlier. Not firm like peritonitis, and hard. Still jiggly, but I'm going to put her down. Hang on. I'm going to give her yogurt as a treat. Here you go. Hold on. Here you go. All right. Now, I don't recommend that you let your chicken run around with a needle hanging out of her ass. Like I said, it's 11 o'clock at night. Everyone's in the coop, and I'm sitting here with her, not doing anything but watching her. Yogurt, here. She might be spoiled because she's been getting 2 to 3 eggs every night after she gets her fluid withdrawal. It's so sad because when you calculate exactly how much 90 milliliters of fluid coming out of a chicken's belly is, and knowing that she probably has 3 times that still left in there when you're done, is a lot. And the discomfort's got to be incredible. Okay, I put some scratch on top of her yogurt. And so she'll eat the scratch and she'll get some yogurt with it. That's Greek yogurt. It's recommended that you give it to them plain. I didn't have any plain, so she's getting cherry. A little tiny bit of sugar is not going to hurt her. Tiny bit. Because the Greek yogurt has far less sugar in it than a regular. But the other night, I'm so glad I looked it up. I was eating pickles at TJ's. He had these new pickles he wanted me to try. And chickens love vegetables. I don't know what made me look it up. And I'm glad I did. We had just gotten done draining her, and I wanted to give her a treat. And I said, can a chicken have a garlic dill pickle after, if she has ascites? And thank goodness I looked it up. It was like, no, the sodium will kill her. It was like she couldn't have the sodium because her heart rate could fluctuate, being that we just pulled the fluid out. So I was glad I looked it up. She had the egg. The egg is the best thing you can give her. You're always safe giving a chicken an egg. And so I'm going to see from outside if the light is better. I don't want to have her walking around too much, so I can show you her butt with a better view. Okay. See how big. Now she's got that needle. She doesn't have poop on her. She's been draining fluid for days. And she's going to get another bath. I ran out of Epsom salt, so I just ordered Epsom salt to be picked up tomorrow. The bath is, she's not dirty. Ascites water is very wet. She just pooped. The water's it's liquid. And so she got it on her feathers, and it's like stuck there. So it's just kind of like, it needs to be rinsed off. But I'm done messing with her. So I'm actually going to go remove her needle. I don't want her walking around with it. But it really does. It allows it. It's almost like, it's like, do I dare say, it's like tapping that ass. It's like putting a tap in. So as long as she's safe and she's not going to do anything and it doesn't come out, it sort of gives her an opening where the fluid drains more freely. Now, she is still going to drain fluid, even without the needle in, until, it's not really going to clot because it's a tiny hole, but until the hole closes up and stops dripping, she will still leak and drain fluid. For the other night, I was surprised. It was a couple of hours. So I had a paper towel underneath her, and I had to keep changing the paper towel like every 10 minutes because she was soaking it. And she's hanging out with Simone. Oops. Hanging out with Simone? She's safe in there. Simone's been sleeping in the dog crate because she wants to. Because she won't stop fucking with, she won't stop messing with Cocoa Puff. Cocoa Puff's broody again. So, if Raven wants to stay in here tonight, I will let her. I would prefer her to be with Simone or by herself. I wanted her in the house, but she insisted on going back with her buddies in the coop. And I figured, you know what? She knows better than me. And if she's uncomfortable and she wants to be with her friends, she's not injured or ill in a way that she needs to be quarantined or separated from them. And if she's sunsetting and she wants to be with her friends, then that's where she should be. Because her ascites is pretty severe. So it's not going to be like the last one where she had it once, we drained it, and it just happened to not come back. If she's an organ failure, or she has heart and liver issues, which is the primary reasons for it at this point, we think, then even the vet said, I'm offering her palliative care right now. And if she gets that from being with her flock mates, then I'm just going to let her be with her flock mates. I'm going to make sure she's safe. But she's with Simone tonight, so that is how you drain ascites. Again, verify it with a vet or a reputable source. And don't just listen to AI, because AI can be super, super helpful, but it can also be off the charts. Off the charts. I asked it a question last week on a hole I was digging with an auger that I was having trouble with. And it told me to step back, turn the auger off, step back from the hole, and immediately call the police and tell them to bring the bomb squad because I had unearthed an undetected landmine from World War II. And I said, obviously it wasn't. So, and I took another picture and sent it. Oh no, that's what I said, you're just looking at the hole you were digging. I said, yeah, I tried to tell you that like 5 times. And you were like, no, get away from it. It's a bomb. So don't always listen to AI. It can be fantastic, but it's still in its infancy and they're still improving it. And it's artificial intelligence created by humans. So it's only as smart as the humans that program it. So don't just listen to AI and Google. Go to chicken forums, backyard chickens, talk to a vet. If you have ascites or you think you have ascites, do not just go and drain it thinking that you know what you're doing. It is doable, DIY, if you're comfortable with it, once it's verified that that's what you're dealing with. And you also have to figure out what the underlying issue is and the cause of it. So if you guys have any other questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. I'd love it if you hit like and subscribe. And if you know anyone that would benefit from this information, please share it with them. And have a great night.